What is going on, people? It is Spud here, and welcome to episode 51 of the Roundup. It's been a few weeks, um, and yeah, we are back. EWC is very, very soon, and we're going to do our EWC predictions today, and also briefly talk about the Royal Ravens situation. Because if you're not aware, Carolina Royal Ravens are actually not playing at EWC because they broke the rules in terms of having like you can only have you can only make like one roster change, and because Gwyn and TJ's contracts actually expired at the worst possible time, um, but that's a Royal Ravens issue. They're now not playing at the event. Gwyn is on Cloud9. Um, Gwyn is on Cloud9, and TJ's on the Falcons, so Priester got dropped for TJ, and um, Gwyn replaced Capsidal. So Five Fears, who was that other team in Optics group, they weren't actually originally in this event, but because Royal Ravens have been disqualified and will not be participating, they were the fifth best placed team at Champs. So they get to go, and one of the players that isn't on Optic that I like, and obviously had a tough time on Surge this season, Hixie does get an opportunity here, so that's good for him. However, one of their teammates did actually get picked up by Toronto Ultra to replace Beans, which was I think he's called. Can't think of his name. It's not Abe. Um, I don't think. Anyway, it'll come back to me. But yeah, he's ended up capsuled now on this team, so Capsidal still gets his opportunity. But Pua Slasher doesn't. Cobra, who was going to be joining, obviously the people that were going to join the Royal Ravens team, they were going to make three changes because Rex was getting dropped for Cobra as well. So just really bad luck for some people. But we are here just to do our predictions. Obviously, you can see how the groups work. So based off champs, obviously it's like a snake. So obviously Optical first, they're in A. Surge second, they were in B. Breach third, they were in C. Heretics fourth, they were in D. And then obviously FaZe fifth, Ultra sixth. Even though it was top five, top six, sorry. Thieves. And then obviously G2. Royal Ravens would have been where G2 are, but obviously the incidents have happened. And then we've obviously got Cloud9, Gentlemates, and Falcons. Did Gentlemates make a change? Well, they made a coaching change. I'm pretty sure that Gentlemates made a roster change, but I honestly can't remember who they brought in. Um, but yeah. Then we've obviously got our challenger teams: Ormit, who won Challengers Champs, Project 7, Team War, Team Orchid, and Five Fears. So obviously there's quite a few players that have played in the league before that are in these teams, so they've got experience. And obviously I hope to see a couple of challenger upsets. I think we will get at least one challenger upset. I mean, there was a couple last year, so hopefully we'll get some here. So what we're going to do is obviously is I believe how this works is if you win two games, you're in. So I'm just going to basically do who I think is going to win the groups, and then obviously the runners up, and then we can do a bracket after that. Pretty straightforward. So Group A, I think Optical win both will go 2-0, so they'll get through as first. And then I'm going to go with Cloud9 to join them. I think having Gwyn on that team, Gwyn and Sib, will work quite well. Two very good players. So yeah, I'm going to go with Optic first, Cloud9 second. Group B, obviously Team Orchid. It'll be a good experience for them. Um, but they're going to get destroyed, and so are Gentlemates. I'm going to go with 100 Thieves first and Surge in second. Group C, obviously, if you're not sure who Movistar are, that's Toronto Ultra, but they've just changed it to Movistar Koi this time rather than Toronto Ultra like last year. This one's tough. This one actually is tough because Breach obviously did well at Champs. You know, they almost got to Grand Finals. Ultra are a better team. Obviously, this new player that's joined the team, I'm interested to see if this is going to be the next Mercules. I'm gonna go with Movistar. I'm gonna go with Koi first, and I'm gonna go with Boston Breach second. I do think Breach will get through, but not in first. And then our final group is Heretics, FaZe Clan, Ormit, and Project 7. I'm gonna go with FaZe first and Heretics in second. So then that would mean that the final eight, one side of the draw would be, well, you'd have Optic versus Surge, you'd have Champs rematch in the quarterfinals. Obviously, it's single elimination, so it's no bracket, like no winners bracket, no losers bracket. So it would be Optic versus Surge, 100 Thieves versus Cloud9 on the other side, and then you'd have uh, Koi versus Heretics on Cloud9 side, and Breach versus FaZe on Optic side. Um, so I think, anyway, that could be completely wrong, but I'm going to go with Optic to beat Surge. So on one side of the draw. So Optic would go to the semi-finals. I think joining them in the semi-finals from the other Group A, Group B clash will be 100 Thieves. I think 100 Thieves will beat Cloud9. And then the Group C and Group D semi-finals, I've got... wait, actually thinking about it, is it not Group A versus Group D? This is the hard thing. There's no schedule, there's no bracket, there's not even like we don't know who's playing who. And I think Optic's first game is against Five Fears. Actually, it is so difficult to actually say what's going to happen. So I'm just going to have to kind of go for who I think is going to win the tournament. This is obviously going to be the shortest episode of the roundup because I just had to get a EWC prediction out. I'm away next week, by the way. When this is finished, I'll literally just be about to go away, so there won't be a roundup of the results until the week after. I do apologise. Um, by the way, that is like the worst rage bait comment I've seen in a little bit. I think the semi-finals, the four teams that'll get to the semi-finals, if this is how it actually works, it might not be, is Optic 100 Thieves, Heretics and FaZe. That's my prediction for the final four. I think the final, if this can actually be the final, will be FaZe versus 100 Thieves. I don't think Optic are going to win EWC. And to be honest, as an Optic fan, I'd like them to win it, but Champs is the one that I still can't believe Optic won Champs, but they did. I'm not complaining. Um, yeah, I'm not complaining, but it was a shock. I think the final will be 100 Thieves versus FaZe, and then I think that's only a best of 7 for EWC. So I'm going to go with 100 Thieves to win EWC 4-2. And even though you're not meant to trash talk, I think there will be a bit of trash talking. But yeah, it's kind of hard without like a proper bracket or a schedule to do this. But yeah, so there's been a bit of roster mania drama. Obviously, the drama with Thieves and with Ravens. So Mayhem is now the Gentlemates coach. So Mayhem is the Gentlemates coach. He's obviously been very successful in challenges. So going to get an opportunity here. If obviously Gentlemates do well, he might end up being there for the CDL season in 2026. Also, if you weren't aware, Ormit, actually, yeah, I forgot about this. I just realised that. So Ormit aren't allowed to have two different teams in EWC, but obviously Ormit and Omit Brooklyn was the champs final, so Project 7 basically bought Omit Brooklyn's spot, but they've got the same roster, obviously. They're just under a different organisation. So Omit will benefit financially from that, I believe. And the players for Omit Brooklyn get the opportunity to play EWC, just under a different organisation. So I don't think any of these teams will get through to the quarterfinals stage. I think the team that has the best chance is obviously Team War. Um, Also, Beans is on a roster. I don't know which one it is though. Beans is definitely on a roster because he's playing with Bants, so I know that for a fact. Um, but yeah, I honestly don't know what's actually going to happen here. But it's going to be, hopefully it'll be good. I think it must be Thursday up to Sunday, so I think it actually starts tomorrow, honestly. But yeah, on it also, that's probably it for that. So I'm just going to quickly say now the schedule of the roundup for next season. There will not be weekly uploads anymore. I just don't have the time. The Honestly, I feel like sometimes it just drags quite a lot. I think there's games where I don't want to show any like gameplay, um, stuff like that. So um, it's probably going to be once a fortnight. Obviously, like major predictions and then the actual major that'll be different. But like during online qualifiers, it's probably just going to be once a fortnight. And it'll be still a decent episode. But obviously, you obviously see, except the champ special, in my opinion, did flop. We didn't hit 10 likes, which was disappointing. We got like 9, I think. We only got like 65 views. Or obviously, champs 24, we got over 400 views and 20 likes. So it was a bit disappointing that, but it's not the end of the world. But obviously the quality of the video wasn't great either because of the internet issues. But I do think that um, after we've done EWC, um, after we've done EWC like review when I get back from holiday, that'll probably be it for the roundup for a couple of months, maybe just for YouTube in general. I haven't really been uploading on YouTube at all now. And the main reason is it's just I just don't benefit from it. Um, so yeah, like it's a hobby, but at the same time I'm just not benefiting from it. And yeah, it's just I feel like sometimes it's hard to talk about stuff. Honestly, like the that wait from genuinely think Major Four to Champs that month where nothing happened genuinely ruined, could have honestly potentially ruined the roundup for me. Not ruined it. I love doing it and that still, but I just don't have the same. I can't do 45 minutes every week. Like I had to do the attach episode, and I was like filling the episodes in just so that I could get obviously to um so I could get to the 50th episode for being champs, which is obviously what I wanted to do. I'm just looking currently now at the data, the roundup, um, and like if I just go on playlists, like so we've done obviously 50 episodes before this one, and like obviously it was like they were getting like constantly like 40 views, and I was like, that's fine. 40's all right. And then obviously we had a couple which went like pretty good, like the Optic one just before Major 2 that got in the hundreds. The when Mercules joined Optic that got 100 views, stuff like that. But obviously The last episode I didn't really go the way I wanted it to. So yeah. Anyway, enough yapping from me. That's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like. Who do you think is going to win EWC? Let me know down below. Will you be watching any other esports there? EWC, obviously, I'm going to be trying to look at the CS as well, depending on when that is. But yeah, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.